Hello everyone, welcome to Classroom 2.0 Live for Saturday the 17th of January. Thanks for coming on this Saturday. Today's topic is Symbaloo EDU and our 6th anniversary in one show. I'm Lori Moffett, one of the co-moderators, along with Peggy George and Tammy Moore. Thanks to Tammy for doing the closed captioning. Our special guest today is Thomas Hauser from Symbaloo. This is the Livebinder for today, and I'm going to do a little app sharing of this Livebinder. The top, and I've already switched my tabs to the right rather than the left, and you can do that with this eye in the very top row. One of those is side tabs right. So my tabs are along this side. The yellow tab is today's show, and then at the bottom of that is the Classroom 2.0 Live resources. But there are two tabs here from the 2012 Livebinder show. This one is loading that Livebinder. So there's a Livebinder within a Livebinder. And this one goes to the archive. I'm not sure if you can see this window, but that's the Classroom 2.0 website page for the Share-a-thon that was back in October of 2012. Also, the survey lives down here. Well, here's one survey for the PD certificate. This at the very bottom of this is the place where you enter your information for your name and your personal email to request a PD certificate. So that's in this group of tabs as well. I'm going to go ahead and turn this off and go back to the slides. So again, I moved the tabs over here with one click. The recordings are posted at the Archives and Resources page, live.classroom20.com/archive-and-resources.html. And here is where we get your input as far as where you are logging in from. If you use that pointer tool like I have done with the blue arrow, you can mark on the map where you are. Usually we have an international audience, and I think today we also have an international audience. In central Pennsylvania, it's going to be pretty cold. But that's typical January weather for Pennsylvania. So we've got Canada, we've got Argentina, I know we have Serbia logging in. So all over the world. We're going to begin with a acknowledgement to last year's show with our brief celebration from last year. And I'm going to put the link in the web tour.
Lori, I stopped the web tour just briefly because it starts playing automatically, and I wanted to say a few words before we started playing it. So
I was following your directions. So
I know, but you did didn't read my mind. We are so excited to be celebrating our 6th anniversary today for Classroom 2.0 Live. Some of you have been with us from the very beginning. Our very first show was back in January 2009, and we've had so many awesome guest presenters and participants over all 6 years. And so today we're going to take just a few minutes here at the beginning of the Symbaloo presentation to reflect and celebrate. And what I have prepared and the video I'm about to play is a review of all of our great presenters from 2014. If you've been with us, I'm sure you're going to recognize some of these. So I'm going to click on play for the start the web tour again, have you watch it, and I'll put the link in the chat. So if you can't see it in the web tour, feel free to click on that and watch it in your browser. Here we go. All right. I hope that you were able to hear that and that you weren't getting the echo from my microphone. I just realized I forgot to turn it on. But as you can see, we had so many fantastic presenters over the year, and I'm sure they brought back memories for you as you watched it go by. One of the ways we love to celebrate the year is to create some things for you to make it easy for you to go back and reflect on that year and access all of those recordings. You know they're there, but sometimes finding it is a little bit challenging. So I am really happy to share with you today, and you'll find this in the Livebinder. We have created, and I shouldn't say we, because Patty Ruffing created this amazing Symbaloo for us. And it is a Symbaloo that shows every single webinar we had in 2014. And if you click on the tile in the webmix, it will take you directly to the recording in the Livebinder for that show. And so that's a real treasure and should definitely help you find those shows that you either want to go back and revisit or that you'd like to see for a first time that you may have missed. Another great thing Patty created for us today is a memory Wordle, which has all of our special guests on it and the titles of their presentation. So that also is in our Livebinder today. And we know that Livebinders from the shows and participating in these webinars helps you to build your PLN, your Professional Learning Network. So we have a special Livebinder tab in today's Livebinder that I created for you that has all of our 2014 presenter blogs and their Twitter IDs. So you can contact them, start following them in both places. So when you open that tab and you go down to the presenter blogs tab, you'll see every single person's name there. On the table of contents page, you'll get all of their Twitter IDs and the sequence. They are organized in the order of the way they presented from January through December. So the other final thing I want to say about our celebration before we get on to the topic for today, which we're also very excited to be sharing with you, is about a year ago, we decided to start an advisory team for Classroom 2.0 Live because I really wanted to have input from a lot of people, even beyond what the surveys tell us when you complete those, about topics you'd like to hear about and presenters you'd like to hear from. So I put out a call for anyone who would like to volunteer to serve on the advisory team and meet with us once a month to brainstorm ideas for our show and to help each other kind of reach out to bring in some new people. And I am so thrilled to share with you, these are the people who have been fabulous contributors on our advisory team all year long, and I just want to give a big shout out to Patty Ruffing, Maureen Domenes, Paula Nagel, Melissa Getz, Wes Fryer, Carolyn Stanley, Tony Plord, Nikki Ugaldi, Tammy Pogue, and Lori Mofford, and to say thanks to all of you for helping us this year, and we're looking forward to continuing that next year. And if any of you are interested in getting involved in that, we certainly welcome you to do that. And two final people I have to say thank you and kudos to are Steve Hargadon. As you know, he is our Classroom 2.0 founder, mentor, our visionary, and he's a fantastic educator who not only supports our webinars, but he hosts many, many free virtual conferences throughout the year to help us all learn and connect with the other educators around the world. And of course, Amy Brinkley, who some of you may not have met, but she helped Steve with lots of the conferences, and she has taken on the task of creating the images for all of our shows. So those images that you saw in the video were created by Amy. And she also sends out the certificates every week to all of you. So I want to say a big thank you to Amy too. So with that, I'm going to now say congratulations to all of you as participants in our show, and thanks for helping us celebrate our anniversary today. And I'm going to turn this back to Lori, who's going to ask the poll questions and get us going on Symbaloo EDU.
Okay, Peggy, thanks. Our first poll question is, have you used Symbaloo or Symbaloo EDU, either in your classroom or personally? Again, the choices here on the whiteboard on the slide itself don't work. You've got to either use the box that's under your name in bold, or you can type it in the chat. Most everybody have voted. I'm going to now post those replies. Out of those that voted, 66% said yes, they have used Symbaloo or Symbaloo EDU. I do too, Tony. I use Symbaloo every day. Second question after I clear the first. Have you created a webmix on Symbaloo EDU? If yes, please share your webmix links in the chat so we can add them to our Livebinder for today. And I'll post those answers as well. Again, out of those that voted, 55% said yes, they have made their own web mixes. Third one, did you participate in our 2012 Symbaloo EDU webinars with Pam Cranford or view the recordings? Give you a chance to vote and then post those. Again, out of those that voted, 48%, almost half, said yes, they did. Again, welcome today to January the 17th. Our show is Symbaloo EDU and our 6th anniversary for Classroom 2.0 Live. I'm Lori Moffett, one of the co-hosts, along with Peggy George and Tammy Moore. Thanks to Tammy for doing the closed captioning. Our special guest is Thomas Hauser, and he's going to talk about Symbaloo today.
Hi everyone, this is Thomas. Thanks for having me. The newbie question, what is the difference between Symbaloo and Symbaloo EDU, is a great question. One that we get asked quite a bit, and it can be a little bit confusing. So I made this confusing slide to answer it. We have www.symbaloo.com, which is our regular and mostly privately used Symbaloo, but there are lots of teachers on there. And then we have edu.symbaloo.com, which is our educational version, and we hope that there are mainly teachers on there. And then we have SymbalooEDU.com, which is our landing page where we have our blog and where you can find out more about our certifications or Symbaloo Premium and so on. And if you're on regular Symbaloo and you want to switch to the EDU version, you can email us at edu@symbaloo.com and we can convert you in your account. It's pretty easy. So back to the difference between Symbaloo and Symbaloo EDU. Technically speaking, there's no difference. You have all the same functions and features on both platforms. The difference is the default content that a new user is getting when they first create their account. There's no advertising on Symbaloo EDU, and the webmix sharing and adding is easier if you are on the same platform thanks to the same prefix, the EDU. And I'm going to share my screen here in a minute to show you what all that exactly means. About Symbaloo. Symbaloo is a Dutch company and was founded in 2007. That's where our headquarters still is and where all our development is done. We have a US office in beautiful California. That's where I'm working from. And I'm actually from Germany, so please forgive me. Sometimes it takes me a little longer to find the right word. Yeah, and I myself was founded in 1983, and I came to the US in 2012, and I'm pretty much working for Symbaloo ever since. And the image on this slide is actually one of our first screenshots of Symbaloo, how it looked back in the day. And on my next slide, you see this is how it looks now. So it's gone quite a way. I want to go live now and share my screen and go over the basics and then share some of our features with you as well. So let's do that. And I hope you can all see my screen. If not, let us know. And also, if it's going too fast, let me know as well. Okay. So this is the regular Symbaloo on www.symbaloo.com. You see we have 3 different web mixes here, and this is our EDU version. You see the content differs. We have more web mixes on here, and to show you what I was talking about, the advertising. This is a web mix preview from one of my web mixes that I usually use to present on webinars, etc. And the preview is on www, and you see here some ads down below. Now, if I change this prefix right here, then those go away. Okay, back to edu.symbaloo.com. If you don't have an account, create one right here. We encourage everyone to create an account because all your settings and resources will be saved in the cloud, and you can access them from anywhere with any device. We have smartphone apps. We have a Windows 8 app. For tablets, Android or iPad, we ask you to use the tablet browser and just go to edu.symbaloo.com. And I'm going to log in with one of my accounts now. So you see I start out with the same web mixes as the default content. This collection of tiles is what we call a web mix. We have put together a couple of web mixes for you to start out with that you don't have to start by zero. We have a home page where you have some social media, some EDU tools, some resources. Then we have one that is full of EDU tools. We also have RSS feeds where you can read on your news. One that shows you all the features. And yeah, so I want to start with how to create a web mix. You basically have 2 options. You can either click on the plus sign here and create your own, and then you start with an empty one, and then you can just start adding tiles and resources, or you can use one that has already been created. Therefore, you change the drop-down menu in the top right to web mixes, and then start searching, search for maps, and then you can either go through the preview here or go into our gallery. We currently have over 50,000 web mixes available in our gallery, and try to search what you're looking for, and then you can have a preview of this web mix. These previews are live, so all the tiles on here, all the resources are clickable, so you can actually preview this web mix and see if this webmix is interesting to you or helpful to you, and if it is, then you just simply click on Add this webmix, and then it shows up in your account. Now, as you see here, this Math Apps webmix has now a padlock symbol right here. That means that it's locked. So whenever the original creator of this webmix is making any updates to it, then you will automatically get those updates too. This can be very helpful, but if you don't want to do that and you want to make this webmix your own, or you just want to copy some of those tiles into another webmix of yours, then you have to go to the Share menu, which you can reach through the Share button right here. Then you click on Stop Updates, and the padlock symbol disappears, and now I can move these tiles, remove some of them, or add my own. So this takes me to the second part. How do I add tiles, resources, websites, blogs to one of my webmixes? There are a couple of options. We have a lot of pre-made tiles already in our database. So if you leave the drop-down menu here with tiles and search for Google, for example, then you can add the Google Drive or Google Plus to your webmix. You can also click on an empty tile and then create a tile, or again search for a tile, and then you can just write in or paste the address in here. Then the system will try to find it for you and already create the tile. You can always customize your tile, show the text, use different colors. You can choose your own icon from any of those, or you can upload your own image as well. And then you click Save, and then it will appear on here. Now, there's a third option, Browse Tiles by Category. We have different categories with subcategories as well. And this is fairly simple. You just select the tiles that you want to add, click Add to my webmix, and then they should disappear. Let me refresh this. Here they are. Now, if you have two unlocked webmixes, you can also move one tile to another. So I'm going to drag and drop a couple of tiles here into my Math Apps webmix, because that's the one I want to share later. You can also right-click and then see those options here and say copy or move. I want to copy this. Okay, back to the Math Apps. It's full, so if I wanted to add more, I will need to go to my webmix options right here, where you can rename, change the wallpaper, change the webmix icon, and change the webmix size. Toggle that on. Use the arrows on the bottom and on the right, and you will have more space to add tiles. Okay, let's say I'm happy with this webmix now and I want to share it with my colleagues. Then I would go to the Share button and change the name if I want to, give it a description, and then I have the option to either share it publicly so that it's available in the gallery, which we just visited a couple of minutes ago, or I just share it privately with my friends, so then only people that have that link can access this webmix. That's what I'm going to do now. And then you click Share My Webmix, and a unique URL is generated, and then you can use this here, share via email, or you just copy and paste it and tweet it, or Facebook it, or whatever you want to do with it. Just wanted to show you real quick. This is the preview, and the second thing about sharing is you can also generate an embed code for all shared web mixes. This is right here, embed code. You can give it a different background color if you want, and choose between different widgets in the center box. Not going to do that right now. So you grab this iframe HTML code, and then you put it on your website, Google site, wherever you want. To show you an example, I'm going to our landing page. Where we embedded one of our own. As you can see here, this is an embedded webmix that is live, so I can click on all of those tiles and then go to the Facebook page of Symbaloo. I can also choose to view it on Symbaloo itself to get the preview again, and then if I want to add this, I just go and start using this webmix. So that's it for sharing and embedding. The other thing I'd like to share is our features. You have the option to use different widgets in our sender box. You can do that in the preferences, but you can also use those tiles that you would find if you go in the search bar searching for widgets. Then you can change the sender box to Suite Search. You can, and then if you search for something, it will open up a new tab and show your results. You can also use a calculator, check the weather, check your mails, read up on some comics, and what many people are using is you can embed certain online content like videos, documents, Glogster, images right into a tile. So as you see here, those tiles have this little icon in the top left, and that means that it's embedded content. So if you click on this tile, the video will pop up right in here, and you can go down and see all the embedded content that is available on this webmix, and then you also have the option to go right and go through all of those. So here is a Google Doc that you can embed, and this is nice in conjunction with a feature I want to share with you in a second. Now I'd like to go back to my math apps and move this tile and show you a couple of things of how you can organize a webmix. We have a couple of different options here. You can obviously, and as you may have seen in Pam's share-a-thon, you can have the tiles on your webmix look however you want. So you can use, different images that have different colors to create some categories within your webmix. You can also, if you go back to options, add a marker. So you turn the toggle on and then use your mouse and then select the tiles that you'd like to have in one group. Then you can give that a different color and give it a name. Save it, and now if you go with the mouse over this area, you can see that right here. So let's do that again real quick. You add the marker, You select the area you want to mark in a different color, pick one of the colors, give it a name, save it. So that's one that's really nice and useful. The tiles I choose for this are very colorful, so you don't see the colors that well, but if I'll move those two over here, add one last marker, here you can see the color marking. So the second thing to organize your resources within a webmix is group tiles. If you take a tile and hover it over another, you can create a group tile, and you can move up to 16 tiles into one of those group tiles. So it basically works like your iPhone groups where you have multiple apps within one folder. Click somewhere to the side, and now you see the little Symbaloo icon on the top left shows you that this is a group tile. You can then open it to look at them again. You can edit it. It doesn't have to be this icon. Choose whatever you like. And you can also, if you have added markers to your webmix, then you can go back to that and select the one. And I want to make the whole K-12 area into one group tile. All I have to do is not click the remove button, but click the group tile button, the little Symbaloo icon. I click on here, and then it transforms itself into a group tile. Now, with the embedded content and those group tiles, you can do something which is our latest feature that is called a sequence tile. So you can basically create a lesson plan that, for example, starts out with a Google Doc that's explaining the assignments, and then it has a couple of videos, and then it has an online quiz, then it has a couple of articles, and then it ends with a survey or a quiz or a test to finish that lesson up. And all you got to do is add the tiles to your webmix, then create a group tile, and then if you go into the edit tile, you'll put on show all tiles in Symbaloo and place tiles in sequence, and save that. And now if I click on this one, you see that it's not working. Let me refresh, and let me go to one that we have created. We did one for Thanksgiving. It's called this Thanksgiving lesson plan. So here you see a Google Doc that has the assignments. You can always go down and look at the different tiles that are in this tile, and then you click to the right, watch that video, read that article. Not sure what you have to do here, but it's probably reading another article. Check on that infographic, create a Wordle, create a timeline as it's always mentioned in the assignment, and then go out with a quiz. You can use a Google form, or there are a couple of online quiz tools, like, for example, SurveyGizmo, that we can embed into a tile. And then you X out of it, and you're done. So that's it for the basics and some of the top features. So now I have to go back to the slides. I hope I remember how to do that. stop sharing right here. Okay. Couple of examples I want to share with you. I'm not gonna show you all of them, but for your personal teaching environment or personal learning network, you can obviously find and share resources and tools, and then share those with your colleagues, etc., and peers all over the world. You can, for your students, a couple of ideas are a coding webmix with all kinds of coding tools and assignments. One of our heavy users created an internet scavenger hunt. You can embed or link to ebooks. You can create fun and summer activities. You can share the lesson plan I showed you earlier. You can share that whole tile in one link. And as you know, you can find all those links in the Livebinder. You can use it for administrative purposes. And schools and districts use our premium version. So I'll go back now to share my screen and just share you a couple of those web mixes. So here's the classroom tools that I was talking about. So, and as I showed you earlier, you can just add that, and if you only like 12 of those tiles, you stop updates and then add them to your own. Very simple. Here's the scavenger hunt, which is a really cool idea and fairly simple to do. Explains it right here how it's all working. The sequence tile is in the Livebinder, and the one that I also wanted to share is the I need to. So this is a combination of using a web mix embedded for your school for administrative purposes. The school created a web mix, put it on their website. It takes a minute to load, but it's basically for new teachers arriving at the school, or for everyone else that forgot how to submit a work order. So it's called I Need To, and then you can look up here whatever you have to do that day. I need to edit PDF. So you click on here, and then it explains you how to edit that PDF, and so on and so on. So up until this point, everything I was talking about is absolutely free. We do, however, have a premium version, and I just wanted to show you a couple of those. So if you have if you want to use Symbaloo, to have your students start the same way every day with the same web mix, if you have resources to share and all of that, then you can use one of our premium accounts. Show you one right now that we share quite a bit. This is from SD735. As you see here, they have a landing web mix where all those tiles link to different web mixes. So those are all categorized into different schools and grade levels and the parent portal. And then there's one for staff. And then there's one for when kids are allowed to play some games. Back to the landing page, you see you click here on first, and it goes into the Moodle. Show you one more. The West Carrollton one is a pretty nice looking one. You see they used 4 tiles that all go to the same resource, but it's easier for younger kids to not miss that tile. Okay. stop sharing. Back to the slides. So yeah, as I said, you can find all those examples in the Livebinder and on SymbalooEDU.com. If you go through our blog, you can find lots and lots of more examples of how Symbaloo is used, because sometimes I feel like there are just as many users as we have users. Next thing is the Symbaloo certification. We have 3 different certifications. Our basic certification, that is about the Symbaloo basics. It's a series of online video tutorials that shows you everything you need to know about Symbaloo, and it ends up with a final quiz. And after that, you are Symbaloo certified, which gives you a couple of perks, like you get your own badge. If you have a training or presentation using or talking about Symbaloo, you can send in a swag request and we'll send you some flyers, stickers, and a t-shirt. You get listed in our Symbaloo certified community so that you can connect with other Symbaloo certified educators around the world. You can also get discounts, and whenever you do the basic certification, you get free access to our student certification. The student certification is going about the Symbaloo basics, but it's more about digital citizenship and cyberbullying and how to work with copyright, how to do research, etc. Really cool tool for students to get in touch with Symbaloo, but also learn something on the way. And then our PD certification is also obviously covers the basics, but then how do I use Symbaloo in conjunction with other Web 2.0 tools, social media tools, how to create a personal teaching environment, and so on and so on. And the basics, as you see, excuse me, the base certification is usually $10 and the PD certification is $40. This is the Symbaloo basic certification. As you see here, it's all in one webmix. You can do that at your own pace. And I always say, if you're tech savvy and if you know how to surf the web, then you can do that basic certification in an hour easily. And for all of you that are here with us today, I'd like to offer you the basic certification for free. All you have to do is go to SymbalooEDU.com/get-certified/ and use the promo code C20L2015. Please make sure to use that promo code before midnight of this Monday, and then we'll send you an email and you can access that Symbaloo certification. And once you have that email, you can do that at your own time, and you can come back in April and finish that certification. Okay. Plus, a couple of additional things I'd like to share with you is SymChat every Wednesday at 3 p.m. Pacific. Either Symbaloo or educators from around the world, usually part of our ambassador program, host Twitter chat to discuss the latest in education. If you want to learn more about that, you can also come to our blog. Symbaloo PD Pro. PD Pro is our ambassador program, and they are the pulse of Symbaloo EDU, writing about us and how to use us in their blogs, hosting workshops, speaking at events, etc. And we actually have one PD Pro with us today. That is Sylvia. Thanks for being here, and also thanks for being such an awesome PD Pro. If you ever have any questions, you can always contact us of course, but we have all tutorials ever made, all tips, tricks, features that we have on tutorials.symbaloo.com. If you want to learn more about Symbaloo EDU Premium, go to our website and check it out. 30 days for free, no obligations. And last part, if you are visiting TCA or ISTE this year, make sure to come to our EdTech Karaoke party. It's organized by us. It's always a lot of fun. You can find more info on edtechkaraoke.com. So that's pretty much it. Thank you very much for listening to me. It's been a pleasure. And this guy right here is Symbaloo Man. He's our official Symbaloo EDU mascot, and he's also a safe way for your younger students to tweet at someone. And Symbaloo Man is always tweeting about digital citizenship and internet safety. Check him out on Twitter at Symbaloo Man. Thank you. Questions are welcome.
Lori, waiting for you to turn your mic on.
Yeah, I forgot that yet again. Yep. The first question that I have is, was Symbaloo originally created for educators, or was that a new idea that came about with Symbaloo EDU?
No, it was created as a start page for your browser, which still is a big part of what we do, and I do it every day. And then our CEO came to the US with Symbaloo to get into the market here, and after like a year or so, he realized there is a big traction with teachers sharing web mixes and their resources, and then they looked more into it, and ever since then we're focusing highly on education.
Terrific. Paging up again. How long does it take to have the .com version of Symbaloo transferred to the EDU account?
So once we get the email, it takes 24 hours. Usually it's done in 2 hours, but we always say 24 hours in case something comes up.
And that is also a free account, correct?
Yes. And we will move all your settings and all the web mixes you have.
And as far as your own backgrounds to webmix, is that a premium feature or is that a regular feature?
No, that is also a free feature. You can always upload your own wallpaper or use one of the ones we have. Just make sure that the image is not bigger than 1 megabyte.
Okay. Is the app universal? Will it play on any device?
Yes, any device, anywhere, as long as you have internet and browser, you can access your account. And as I mentioned earlier, we have iPhone app, Android app, we have a Windows 8 app, and in tablets, you just go and use your tablet browser.
And it works with all computer browsers? That is, it works with Chrome as well as Firefox now?
Yes, Chrome, Firefox, Safari, Internet Explorer, Opera, whatever else there might be out there. Windows Phone depends on the OS you're running. Usually I would say try it in your browser first of your Windows Phone. Memory, if that means how many web mixes you can save, no. With a free account, you can make hundreds of web mixes with hundreds of thousands of them. There are no restrictions. Um, the difference between free and premium is, um, as I showed you earlier, whenever you share a web mix, it generates a unique URL. So, for example, you have 10 web mixes that you share with your classroom, then you have 10 URLs for those 10 um, web mixes. Now, if you have a premium account, you get your own URL, like for example, yourschool.symbaloo.com, and then you share all the web mixes under that one URL. And then you also have advanced settings to those web mixes. For example, that you can pin a web mix so that no one accessing this web mix can make changes to it or delete them.
Great. How do they determine how many users you have when it's time to get billed for the premium edition?
Yes, we try to just ask how many students are in your school if you use a school version, or how many students you use it with if you have a teacher version. Yeah, so we are, and we have obviously some analytics in the back that tell us how many users are on, but we always try to get in touch and just find out what the right number is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if in case you have any trouble, email us. We're more than happy to help you. You can email me as well. I put it in the chat right now.
Is there a way to save links in Symbaloo in print?
There is a way you can create a PDF out of your webmix, but I would have to go back and find that, because that's I wouldn't know where that is, and we are looking into a backup version.
Great. Should someone delete their free membership and sign up for EDU? I wouldn't think so, because it's converted.
No.
Correct?
Yeah, we can convert it. If you don't have any like personal settings, or you didn't create a lot of web mixes or tiles, and you would really like to start with the default content of EDU, then yeah, you can delete your account and go to edu.symbaloo.com and create a new one. But we can always convert your account. And if you're looking for those default web mixes that we have on there, then you can always go to our help section. Let me get you the link here in a second. And then there is one article about the difference between Symbaloo and Symbaloo EDU. It's this link. Yeah, it's this link's right here. Thanks, Peggy. And then you can grab all those web mixes and add them to your own account.
Okay. Will you be presenting at ISTE in Philly this summer?
I personally will not be presenting, but we usually always have a couple of people presenting, and we are going to be there with a big booth and some of our PD pros and a big projector screen. So we invite people to come by and watch the presentation right there, and then grab one of the ETK tickets and join us at the party later. Great.
Can you build pages with collaborators lifetime at the same time?
That is currently not possible. There are a couple of options, like commenting and then just sharing your webmix back and forth, but two people cannot go live into one webmix and work on it. This is a feature a lot of our users want, and all of us working for Symbaloo want too. It's just not that simple to create, but it is on our list to have.
Great. And can you screen share how to share a webmix and get the URL that you can share?
Yes, I can do that. Close a couple of tabs here. Okay, so I'm back in my account, and I want to share this webmix. So I go to share, the top center. Sorry, that was not working correctly. Yes, I go to share, give it a name, description, and then I have the option between publicly and privately. This time I use publicly, share my webmix, and here's my link. And then I can grab this link and put it in the chat. Got any additional questions on
that was the
sharing?
difference between public and private chat, or sharing rather, yes. Is it the same link, whether it's public or private? No, different links. Different
link. And it's basically the same, like with your Google Docs, how you share your Google Docs, you share it publicly, then it has that one URL if you share it with only who has that link. If I go here and click on privately, share my webmix, then you see the URL changes.
Yes, that's a different URL. Yes.
Yes.
Great. I think those were the questions that I saw, except somebody had trouble with the promo code that you gave us, but I think it was a matter to wait till the end of the form to enter it.
Oh, yeah, it should. Gosh, I don't even know.
So on the site there was information about requesting payment before the promo code, and
yeah, that
Sylvia's saying that promo code's at the bottom.
Yeah. Get certified. So you just put in your name and your email address, and then basic certification. How are you paying? Promotion code in here. Submit form, and just disregard all of this down here. So when you click submit form, we get that form, and then we'll send you back the email.
Terrific, Thomas. Those are all the questions that I saw. So we'll go ahead and finish up the show today.
Thank you so much, Thomas. We all learned so many new things. I can't wait to go back and watch the recording to get the things that I didn't get the first time and pause so I can check them out. We really appreciate your coming to share these features with us today. Do want to let all of you know that we won't be having a show for the next couple of weeks because two fantastic things are going on. EduCon Philly is on the weekend of January 24th, and it's actually Saturday and Sunday all day that it's streamed live. It's free All you have to do is go to their website, register, and select the sessions you want to go to, and it will give you links right there on the spot for joining in those sessions. It's always great. The following weekend, I hope lots of you are planning to go to the Student Technology Conference. That is the conference that Steve Harganen is organizing, and it will all be presentations by students for students. Some of you may even be having your students present. I think today is the deadline for submitting presentations. So if you were thinking about doing that, it's not too late. So go ahead and do that. So we won't have a show on those dates so that we can participate in those. February 7th, Jeff Bradbury is coming back from TeacherCast, and he's going to give us a guided tour of all of the amazing services and podcasts and tutorials and things that you can access on his site for free. February 14th, back by popular demand, Lucid Press is going to be presented. Our last time we presented Lucid Chart, we all loved it so much and we said we want to know more about it. So he's going to come and tell us about Lucid Press. Our featured teacher on February 21st will be Mary Beth Hertz. Some of you may be familiar with her. Awesome teacher from the Science Leadership Academy. And on February 28th, Tammy Moore is going to do a webinar for us on student study skills. Tools, which of course include skills, and she's going to be sharing some great resources with all of us about things that will help your students develop their study skills. So we hope you'll join us for all of those, always same time every Saturday. This is a slide, and it's in our slide deck that just gives you information about EduCon Philly, and it's 2015.educonphilly.org. Just click on that, go there, sign up, and you can see the links for the conference. Information about the Student Tech Conference, go to studenttechconference.com. Log in there, and I'll drop those links in the chat. And you don't have to pre-register. You just have to show up for those sessions. And Lori, I'll turn it back over to you.
Thank you, Peggy. The Learning Revolution Project is Steve Hargadon's latest endeavor. He's gathered all his PD resources all in one place, including the Host Your Own webinar. Again, you can reserve a public room to host your own session in Blackboard Collaborate. Again, as long as you make the session public, then it's free. You can nominate a featured teacher for a month by filling out the form at CR20 Live Featured Teacher Nominate without the E after tinyurl.com. This form is also in the Livebinder in that Resources tab for Classroom 2.0 Live. When you exit the show today, your browser should open the link to the survey. If not, you can take the direct tinyurl.com link or follow the link from the chat. If you're watching the recording, you can take the link from chat. The link is also in the Livebinder, and then select this live survey for PD certificate that's right inside the Livebinder. At the bottom of the certificate, or at the bottom of the survey, you'll find two fields. One is for your name to be printed on the certificate. This is an image of the professional development certificate. And then also, please include a personal email to receive the survey, because a school email address tends to block these. It won't reach you through school, likely. The archives are available in both a video collection and audio collection on iTunes U. So there are numerous ways to view and or listen to recordings. You can also follow the RSS feed for-show archives that you get from the Classroom 2.0 Live site. Yes, that certificate now has your name filled in for your PD certificate. Again, special thanks to Thomas Hauser, our special guest today from Symbaloo, to Steve Hargadon, the founder of Classroom 2.0, Teacher 2.0, Future of Education, and the Learning Revolution, to Weebly.com for providing our website, to Blackboard Collaborate for our webinar platform, and to everyone who participated in today's show. Thank you all so much.